Well, did we get the
East Hampton Town Board, we are live.
Yes.
So now,
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the August 17th regular meeting of the East Hampton Town Board. Carol, would you please read the roll call?
Present.
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 Present. Please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Today's meeting will begin with our very own historian, town crier, Hugh King. That'll be followed by 3 public hearings and then a public portion where any member of the public may address the board on any topic. We ask that you keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. Welcome, Mr. Hugh King.
Okay, I have some announcements. By the way, this is Carlton Kelsey's hat. Just want you to remember that. Okay, all right. The Wainscott Heritage Project has got funding to document many of the historic buildings in Wainscott, correct?
Yes.
Now, the Montauk Historical Society, of course, has been busy. Last night, they commemorated the completion of the tower at the lighthouse. They're also going to have an Amistad commemoration, I think, on August 26th. And we're hoping that the Amistad is going to be part of the East Hampton Historical Society's Winter Lecture Series. We're hoping to make the Amistad part of that. Tonight, of course, the Domini Workshops will be opening between 5 and 7 on North Main Street. The East Hampton Historical Society has been busy with their tours. They've been conducting tours of the Northwest, North Main Street, Amagansett Springs, Main Street in the Village, and of course the Thomas Moran House and the Mulford Farm are open for tours. The Montauk Historical Society, as you know, has taken over the Fisher House, and there's been 2 lectures there already about Carl Fisher and Arthur Benson. As you know, Home Sweet Home Museum is open every day through September, and the Hook Mill will be open for a couple more weeks. And you can also visit the Gardner Mill Cottage on James Lane. And the Eastville Historical Society has put together a project, the Plain Sight Project. They had a forum of that already. So there's lots going on in our town about local history. And the next time I come here, we'll be talking about the parade. But did I ever talk to you about the song, Home Sweet Home? I did.
You may have mentioned it once or twice.
Okay, next time I come, okay, this is 2023, the 200th anniversary of Home Sweet Home being sung for the first time at the Covent Garden Theatre in England. And of course, it was written by John Howard Payne, who's supposed to have slept in Home Sweet Home. He never made it there, okay? But that's another whole story. So when I come next time, I'm going to be talking about the 200th anniversary of the song Home Sweet Home, and we'll be talking about the parade.
And the 375th anniversary parade of the town of East Hampton, what date is that again?
That's September 23rd, I believe, right?
September 23rd, 10 a.m.
Huh?
At 10 a.m.
At 10 a.m. Thank you. And then on September 30th is the Mulford Farm Festival on the grounds of Mulford Farm. Well, that seems like we got plenty to do. All right?
Indeed.
That it?
Thank you.
See you again. Bye. Bye.
See you.
Great to see you.
I'll
be
back,
well.
I promise.
Mr. Supervisor, may I make a motion?
Inviting all these people.
They're all here for you, Hugh.
Maybe we should let the audience in on a joke.
No.
There's no one in. There's no one here
There's no
today.
one here today except for Hugh. And it's no reflection on Mr. Hugh King whatsoever. Beloved historian and town crier for East Hampton for some time now.
Mr. Supervisor, I'd like to make a motion to combine public hearings number 1 and number 2.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Passed and carried. Carol, if you'd read the COVID disclosure notice and combine the 2 hearing records.
Public hearings will be held live and in person by the town board and will be available electronically by video and teleconferencing and will be televised on local TV channel 22 and available for live stream on the LTV website. The public shall be permitted to appear in person, but may also provide comments in the matter by being heard by calling 351-888-6331. Any person or party wishing to be heard with respect to the foregoing may do so in person, by agent, by attorney, by teleconference to the live meeting, or by written comment addressed to the East Hampton Town Clerk at 159 Panago Road, East Hampton. Comments may also be submitted to the town clerk by email to cbrennan@ehamptonny.gov. All comments must be received by the town clerk by the date and time of the public hearing. Please check the meeting agenda posted on the town's website for any changes and for updated information. Take notice that the town board of the town of East Hampton will hold a public hearing on August 17th at 11 a.m. in the town board meeting room, Town Hall, 159 Panago Road, East Hampton, or as soon thereafter as this matter may be heard on a proposed local law providing for the adoption of a revised community preservation project plan pursuant to Section 64E of the New York Town Law, which provides for the preservation of open space, historic places, and recreational areas within the town of East Hampton, including the incorporated villages therein, to include approximately 0.94 acres of land located at 34 Fen Marsh Road in Springs, reputedly owned by the estate of Bonnie Jacobson, Brad Jacobson trustee, and Eric Jacobson trustee, and identified on the Suffolk County tax map as 339-1-2. Take notice that the town board of the town of East Hampton will hold a public hearing in the town board meeting room, East Hampton Town Hall, 159 Panago Road, East Hampton, pursuant to Section 247 of the General Municipal Law and Section 64E8 of the Town Law of the State of New York on August 17th at 11 a.m. or as soon thereafter as this matter may be heard, to consider the following: the town's acquisition for the preservation of open space with community preservation funds of a property located at 34 Fen Marsh Road in Springs, reputedly owned by the estate of Bonnie Jacobson, Brad Jacobson, and Eric Jacobson trustees, and consisting of approximately 0.94 acres of developed land with a residence and an outbuilding at a cost to the town of East Hampton not to exceed $1,750,000, plus reasonable survey, title, prorated tax, and recording charges. Said property being described on the Suffolk County tax map as 339-1-2. An amendment to the 2023 CPF Management and Stewardship Plan to include said property.
Thank you, Carol. I believe we have Scott Wilson from Land Acquisition here.
Good morning, Town Board.
Good morning, Scott.
This property is located at 34 Fen Marsh, and as you can see on the aerial, it actually has frontage on Hog Creek. Hog Creek is in general, is a bit like a soup bowl, with the parcels on both sides having a descending elevation down to the creek. On this parcel in particular, the elevation descends 20 feet at the road edge right down to the water. Waterfront acquisitions accomplish a number of goals beyond simply restoring or preserving a scenic view. To name a few, they increase habitat for wetland-dependent species, they remove nitrogen sources of associated septic, they eliminate a source of nutrients from fertilizer applications, and once restored will become significant stormwater buffers for our distressed water bodies. This lot was part of Clearwater Beach Section 2 subdivision, which allowed for significant density, all of which generating runoff and sanitary flow within proximity to the creek. Removal of the existing structures at the seller's expense and restoration of the property to a natural state with native species will significantly enhance filtration of runoff prior to entry into the creek. In addition, this parcel is within the Harbor Protection Overlay District, Peconic Estuary Program's Critical Lands Protection Strategy, a critical environmental area, and the coastal fish and wildlife habitat. This parcel meets the criteria set forth in Town Law 64E. I would ask the board to pass a resolution adding this property to the project plan and one to acquire.
Thank you very much, Scott. Do we have any callers on the line, Jason?
Yes, we do.
For this public?
Well, I will unmute this caller right now.
Thank you. Check to see if they want to speak on this public hearing.
Absolutely. Hello, caller ending 8764. Would you like to speak on this public hearing?
Yes, I would. Thank you very much.
All right, proceed.
This is David Buddha. Good morning, Town Board. I actually just have a question for Scott Wilson, if he knows the answer. Since this property was owned by someone who has passed away many years ago, and according to the town and county records that are available to someone other than a title searcher, the title seems to still be in the name of the decedent and not in the name of the trustees of her estate. I'm just wondering, Scott, whether you have ascertained whether or not the litigation concerning the disputed estate has been brought to a conclusion such that the trustees will be able to convey good title.
Well, I am working with the seller's attorney, and as far as I am aware and have been told by their attorney that it has been settled. Obviously, part of this process is to get the town board to pass a resolution to acquire. That resolution also authorizes myself to order a survey and title. So we will ensure that we have clean title before we proceed towards acquisition. So,
I'm sure you will, and thank you very much.
Thank you, David. Have a good day.
We have no other
Are there
callers
any-
on the line.
Motion to close?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passed and carried. Carol, if you read the last public hearing notice for today.
Please take notice that pursuant to Section 247 of the General Municipal Law of the State of New York and provisions of the East Hampton Town Code, the Town Board of the Town of East Hampton will hold a public hearing in Town Hall, 159 Panago Road, East Hampton, on August 17th, 2023 at 11 a.m. or soon thereafter, as this matter may be heard concerning the filing grant of scenic and conservation easement to the Town of East Hampton. The grantor is 9 Blue Jay Way LLC. It's a scenic and conservation easement dated July 7th at 9 Blue Jay Way, Suffolk County Tax Map 300, 183, 2, 3.002, and the reviewing agency is the town board.
Thank you, Carol. Is there anyone on the line who wishes to address the town board on this public hearing?
I will unmute the caller right now. Caller, you
No,
are
I have
unmuted.
nothing to add, or I have no concerns about this hearing. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And that is our only caller.
Motion to close?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passed and carried. That brings us up to the public portion. Jason, do we have any callers who would like to make public comment?
I will unmute
Again,
the
we-
caller now.
We ask that you try to keep your comments to 3 minutes or less.
All right.
Good morning again. This is David Buddha. I'd like to bring up two topics concerning public surveillance. Number one, I really am bothered whenever I read in the papers that there's been acts of vandalism directed usually towards town bathrooms. Obviously, you have the means to install video surveillance. I know that at the new village bathroom that was beautifully redone, you can't help but notice the video surveillance on the outside as you enter. How close are we to being able to install video surveillance to protect against vandals at all of the town bathrooms, public bathrooms?
David, I'll answer that.
That's the
In the
question.
capital.
Thank you.
Sorry, Dave. This is David Lease just responding to that. We just received proposals for 8 locations, including many of our outlier bathrooms that have vandalism that would be for security systems. Part of that is actually we need to be able to get connectivity with static IP addresses there. So we're putting that all together, and I hope to have that work performed at many of these that we have the budget for this winter time. So we're closer than we've ever been. And we do have video surveillance at many of our other locations, public facilities, but not all our outlier bathrooms. So I'm working on it, David.
Thank you very much. Now, the other topic involving public municipal surveillance involves the police deployment of license plate readers. My concern, unlike those that were voiced by some in an article in last week's East Hampton Press, is not about privacy or how they could possibly be misused, how that information could be misused. My concern is in whether or not you are taking the proper steps to maximize the benefit and gains of being able to deter roadway violations of motor vehicle laws. If you were to post a sign that said town police license plate readers on the 4 recently installed license plate readers at the southern end of Springs Fireplace Road and 3 Mile Harbor, you would actually educate and inform people that it's high time to make sure that your license is in order, that your insurance is in order, and that you don't have any outstanding warrants or other things that could trigger police intervention. I think that I have no problem with their use. I think that they actually would be more beneficial if you use them as a means of deterring and educating the public that if you drive on the roads, you better be legal and you better be safe. Of course, they're not video cameras, they're merely license plate readers, but I understand that the vendor can provide all sorts of information regarding the owner of the registered vehicle.
David, this is David Lease again. The license plate readers that you're discussing are actually on county roads and were installed by the Suffolk County, part of a grant that I believe the sheriff's office received. So those individual ones that you discussed are not actually town license plate readers.
Does the police, does the town, well, I'm surprised, but that's why they're on the county roads, I guess. Do they provide the information, the data, to the town police? Probably,
That would be
yes.
a question you have to ask of the chief.
I believe that's the case, David, but we could check.
Right. Well, still, obviously, they're on right-of-ways, county right-of-ways, but within the town of East Hampton. So we need to do everything we can because there's so many times when you have unlicensed, unregistered drivers or people driving around with violations. The town needs that data, and you want to also, I think, in my opinion, discourage people from violating the motor vehicle laws and encouraging them to come into compliance. And a posted notice, although not perhaps legally necessary, I think it would be beneficial.
Thank you, David. Jason, do we have any other persons on the line waiting to speak to the town board?
We have no other persons on the line.
We can then move on to resolutions. And Kathy, I believe you have the first.
I do, starting with Resolution 2023-1137. It's approval of the warrant. Claims total $2,513,073.49. The utility warrant totals $54,384.19. And we have a special warrant for a CPF acquisition of $2,613,443.83.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Pass and carry.
2023-1138 is to authorize a transfer from the YMCA reserve account and to do a budget modification. This is for the new pool doors. We're replacing the doors that have been there for over 20 years. So we're increasing the appropriation of reserves in the amount of $23,842. And we're increasing building improvements for the rec center in the same amount.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Pass and carry.
Resolution 1139 is to authorize a payment for a 2022-2023 tax bill to the Suffolk County Controller. This is for a town-owned property located at 18 Jones Creek Lane in East Hampton in the amount of $1,948.76.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolution 1140 is for our Wellness 60 Plus program at Ashwell Hall for Qigong Dance 2. This approves 13 classes provided by Margaret Iacone, and each session is to cost $100 for a total cost not to exceed $1,300.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Pass and carried.
Resolution 1141 is an approval to place a sign at the site of the new senior center located at 403 Abraham's Path in Amagansett. We're looking to purchase a 3x5 sign that reads future home of the town of East Hampton Senior Center in the amount of $150. I discussed this at the work session on Tuesday.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passed, carried.
Resolution 1142 is a memorializing resolution in support of International Overdose Awareness Day. Whereas in 1968, Phoenix House became an independent nonprofit organization and has since grown to become the nation's leading provider of alcohol and drug abuse treatment and prevention services, operating 97 programs at 52 locations across 9 states. And whereas Phoenix House, which offers outpatient services at 287 Springs Fireplace Road, East Hampton, has requested that the East Hampton Town Board officially declare August 31st, 2023 International Overdose Awareness Day to help call attention to the tragic losses associated with overdoses. And whereas International Overdose Awareness Day is the world's largest annual campaign to end overdose, remember without stigma those who have died from an overdose, and acknowledge the grief of the family and friends left behind. And whereas the International Overdose Awareness Day 2023 theme is recognizing those people who go unseen, which is about acknowledging people in our communities who are affected by overdose, but might go unseen in the crisis, whether they are the family and friends grieving the loss of a loved one, workers in healthcare and support services extending strength and compassion, or spontaneous first responders who selflessly assume the role of lifesaver. Now therefore be it resolved, the town of East Hampton, the East Hampton Town Board does hereby declare August 31st, 2023 to be International Overdose Awareness Day in the town of East Hampton.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passed and carried.
I'd like to offer Resolution 2023-1143. This is a deemed surplus and approved donation of an ocean rescue vehicle in consultation with Chief Lifeguard John Ryan Jr. We would like to deem one of our ocean rescue vehicles surplus, and we would like to donate it to members of the West Hampton Ambulance Water Rescue Squad that have helped and provided advice to this group as they have grown over the last few years. Recognizing there's no longer a need for this town vehicle, and the West Hampton Ambulance Water Rescue Squad has expressed interest in obtaining said vehicle. The said reported value of the donation is $4,048.83.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passed, carried.
1144 is a budget modification for highways, bringing $2,000 from contingency to the same amount, $2,000 for office expense.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passed, carried.
I have a resolution 1145, and this is to accept a road widening easement in urban renewal parcel 132 SP 4-2. And this is where the town adopted urban renewal plans to covering lot layout and improvements for old filed maps. And whereas the council to the planning board and the town attorney have reviewed and approved these road widening easements, therefore be it resolved that the town board approves and accept these easements. The grantor is Gregory Gordon, and the parcel is tax map number 300-95-6-34.2, and that's at 3 President's Street.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Passed, carried.
1146 is accept undertaking and security for urban renewal parcel 53 in MM3. And again, this is where the under the urban renewal laws, the town board has adopted urban renewal plans governing the development of old filed maps, whereas the town's consulting engineer and planning board now have assigned these parcels listed below to specific work to be accomplished in order that building permits may be issued. Resolved that the undertaking, together with the following security, are hereby accepted by the town. And this is from Andrew Zambrano Holdings LLC, tax map number 300-19-8-15 and 16. And this is the securities, the check in the amount of $15,500.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed, carried.
I have resolution 1147, and I have a correction in the title. There was a typo, and this is it reads right now, accepting undertaking and security in your urban renewal parcel 53, but that should read accepting undertaking and security urban renewal parcel 52. And again, this is whereas the town board has adopted the urban renewal plans. The town's consulting engineer and planning board have now assigned the parcels listed below to the specific work to be accomplished. And again, this is resolved that the undertaking is accepted by the town from Andrew Zambrano Holdings LLC, tax map number 300-19-8-14.1. And again, this is in a cashier's check in the amount of $15,500.
Second as amended.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passed and carried. Resolution 1148 is list appointment from provisional to principal accountant, Neji Valeria.
Second, sorry.
Sorry. And that's retroactive to August 11th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passed and carried. 1149 is appoint provisional building permits examiner Joe Lombardi. That is at an hourly rate of $29.21. Grade 26 starting step, which is $60,764.70, 40-hour work week. Effective September 11th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passed and carried. 1150 is to amend the CSCA Schedule A to add the title of Traffic Control Specialist. And that would be at a starting step of $24.08 an hour, 40-hour work week, effective August 17th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passed and carried. 1151 is completion of probationary period for police officers Kevin Rice and William Hamilton. They'll be permanently appointed to positions of police officer at no change in salary or budget account, retroactive to April 25th, 2023.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passed carried. 1152 is completion of probationary period for police officer Ross Hamilton. He'll be permanently appointed to position of police officer, no change in salary or budget account, retroactive July 16th, 2023.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passed carried. 1153 is a payout upon retirement for Grace Peterson. Finance office is authorized to issue check through payroll, the appropriate payroll account, $16,086.88 in vacation time, $20,593.98 in sick time, $2,773.60 in personal time, total of $6,101.92 in holiday pay, plus $4,272.90 in night differential pay, and $554.17 in prorated clothing allowance for a gross total of $50,383.45 as final payout.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passed
And we'd like to
carried.
thank Officer Peterson for her contributions in keeping our community safe.
Absolutely, and wish her the very best in her retirement. 1154 is to accept donation and budget modification, and that is for the town to accept, gratefully accept the donation, $50,000 from an anonymous donor. And that was to, I'm sorry, also to increase the gifts and donation line in that same amount, and to increase expenditure for other equipment, $29,500, uniforms in the amount of $10,000, office supplies in the amount of $8,000, and meals in the amount of $2,500.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passed and carried. 1155 is to accept donation and amend resolution 2023-458. And this is for police department to receive a donation from Robert Golette in the amount of $20,990 to cover cost of drones.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passed and carried. 1156 is to amend resolution 2022-818 Axion Enterprises Agreement. The resolution dated 2022-818, June 6th, 2022, and the board approved a 5-year agreement between Axion and East Hampton PD. Resolved, the fund line will be changed to a different account number, and all other terms and conditions of resolution will remain in force in effect.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passed and carried. 1157 is to modify resolution 2023-1084, authorize retention of council press by Cooley LLP 2023. And this is resolved to authorize Cooley to retain council press to prepare, print, bind, serve, and file a record brief pertaining to the case entitled Blade Air Mobility Incorporated versus Town of East Hampton, Appellate Division, Second Department. And resolved that the cost council press shall be paid to Cooley LLP from budget account in the airport line in an amount not to exceed $75,000, which includes $20,000 deposit prior to serving and filing the appeal, excluding tax, postage, filing fees, bookmarks, etc. And that's shall be deemed retroactive and to include the April 2023 financial impact is not to exceed $75,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passes carried. 1158 is budget modification for the purchasing department, and that is moving from telephone in the amount of $108, health insurance in the amount of $342, and moving that to travel, conferences, and dues in the amount of $450.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passes carried. 1159 is to approve payment of invoice. Town Board approves the payment of invoice to East End Counseling, PLLC, dated August 8th, 2023, in the amount of $550.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passes carried. 1160 is to extend contract EH 22-028, printing of miscellaneous forms, July 2022, Montauk Printing, Vex Color, Ridgewood Press, concept print. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried. Resolution 1161 is to retain a neutral investigator, Arthur Regal, investigator. And this is to investigate into certain personnel matters within the East Hampton Police Department. And that is in a sum not to exceed $9,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passed and carried. 1162 is to authorize retention of flight tech engineering by Cooley LLP for development and maintenance of special procedures for the East Hampton Private Use Airport 2023. And the financial impact shall not exceed, it's $20,000 plus maintenance per proposal.
Second.
Excuse me. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passed carried. 1163 is to establish a standard workday and reporting for newly elected, re-elected, and appointed officials for New York State LRS.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Pass and carry. We have some additional resolutions.
I do. I have Resolution 1164, and that's to approve and add in the East Hampton Star for the East Hampton Arts Council. And this is for their Creators and Appropriators program to be held Thursday, September 14th, the East Hampton Library. And this is for a quarter-page ad in the September 7th edition of the Star in an amount not to exceed $496.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I have Resolution 2023-1165. This is a scheduled public hearing for a real property acquisition and amend the 2023 Management and Stewardship Plan. The purported owner is Donna Brown. Location is 23 South Greenwich Street, Montauk, Suffolk County Tax Map 300-32-2-11.1. The proposed purchase price is $400,000. The public hearing will be held on September 7th, 2023 at 2 p.m.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Pass and carried. I'm sponsoring 1166 Brooks Park Historical Site Draft Management Plan, scheduled public hearing for the draft management plan that will be held on September 7th, 2023 at 2 p.m. or as soon thereafter as the matter may be heard.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Pass and carried.
I have 1167. This is approve the 2023 annual Turkey Run for Fun road race beginning at the Plaza in Montauk at 8 a.m. on Thursday, November 23rd in 2023. Came out great. Sorry.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Pass and carried. Yeah, it did turn out great.
Thanks. I got 1168. This is approve Elite Feats Incorporated for the 2023 Turkey Run for Fun, where Elite Feats provides technical and timing services, including staff for the event. The town board approves hiring Elite Feats for the race to be taken out from the appropriate budget account.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Pass and carried.
1169 is approve Elite Feats for online registration for the Turkey Fun for a Run, which is the 47th annual Turkey Run for Fun. It's a 3 and 6 mile run, which is actually on November 23rd, 2023, Thursday at 10 a.m. in Montauk. Elite Feeds collects an administration fee of $2.75 plus 3.5%, as well online registrations. And we're authorizing the town's recreation department to use Elite Feeds for this service.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Pass and carried.
1170 is to authorize a transfer from the John B. Ham Memorial Reserve and budget modification, where the town board approved the proposal for engraved bricks from Brick Markers USA. Now we'd like to move forward, and we're going to increase the revenue line noted here by $3,066.73, and the expenditure line for the same amount too.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Pass and carried.
1171 is a notice of bidders EH23-035 for the Parsons Place bioswale repair. The bid is available on 8/17/23. The bid is due back on 9/14/23. Any questions, please contact the purchasing department at 324-4141.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Pass and carried.
1172 is to accept the bid from EH23-032. This is for the Harbor Master Building roof replacement at Conlon Exteriors Incorporated. The bids were reviewed by internal working group, and the contract and the total acceptance of the cost is going to be $32,900.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Pass and carried.
1173 is accept the bid EH23-018. This is for the enforcement, search, and rescue for the port security vehicle for Marine Patrol. It's going to Inventec Marine Solutions LLC, where the town solicited the bids for the port for the marine vessel. The bids were submitted and reviewed by Senior Harbor Master Tim Treadwell, James Bennett, and then also Jeannie Carrozza, town senior purchasing agent, and this is what is recommended. The total cost is $476,655.78.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Pass and carried.
1174 is accept the proposal RFP EH 2023-110. This is for appraisal services for the Land Acquisition Department, for CPF and the Housing and Community Development Departments, for Patricia Parsons and Clark and Marshall Appraisers, and Lords and Dimine Consulting Corp.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Pass and carried.
1175 is a water quality grant contract amendment, whereas on March 20th, 2020, the first round of grant funding was given. There's two applications that still need time as allowed for the Sag Harbor Christ Episcopal Church, and also for the Whalebone Village application, where they were allowed to do so through execution of extensions through agreements, and due to circumstances including COVID-19 pandemic, permitting and logistics, there have been many delays, but the town would like to still see these projects move forward. So these are extensions, again, for another 1-year period.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Pass and carried.
1176 is a budget modification for Highway Department, bringing from $20,000 from highway striping to the same amount for communication equipment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Pass and carried.
1177 is authorized a payment to the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation. There was an invoice dated November 18th, 2029 for the Speedies permit for the proposed recharge basin. This outstanding invoice is for $159.16.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Pass and carried.
1178 is retain LK McLean Associates for the Montauk Transfer Station renewal of the DEC registration at a cost, we have a proposal to the Sanitation Department that was dated July 17th, 2023, at a cost not to exceed $76,000 for the scope of work.
7,600.
I apologize. You're right. Not to exceed $7,600 for the scope of work.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Pass and
I
carried.
have Resolution 2023-1179, and it's to amend Resolution 2023-1095, authorize loan guarantee for the East Hampton Housing Authority's installation of solar at Avalon Apartments. There was basically a typo in the resolution. We referred to the loan coming from IPC. We had said Innovation Prosperity Capital. The actual name is Inclusive Prosperity Capital. So we just need to amend that in the resolution.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, pass and carried.
I'd like to offer Resolution 2023-1180. This is to authorize a letter in support of the Laura Simonson Skate Park for inclusion into the 2024 Engineering Excellent Awards competition.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, pass and carried, and I think we're going to win.
Ready for it.
It's such an awesome project.
I have Resolution 2023-1181. I have some amendments here. I'd like to amend the title to read Appoint Automotive Mechanic 1 to the Highway Department, Ryan Warren. And then I would like the clauses to read Resolved. Ryan Warren meets the required qualifications for Automotive Maintenance Mechanic 1, and he is hereby appointed to the part-time position of Automotive Maintenance Mechanic 1 at the hourly rate of $22.20 to be paid from the budget line DB 5130.51100 upon proper submissions of time records effective retroactive to August 14, 2023. And whereas in accordance with the CSEA contract, this position has been posted number 2023-61 from August 2nd to August 2nd, 2023 through August 15th, 2023. And Ryan Warren is needed on a full-time basis now. Now, therefore, further it be that resolved the probationary period is 52 weeks.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Pass and
As
carried.
amended.
As amended.
Okay, thank you.
And I have Resolution 1122, and this is a notice for a public hearing to consider amending the.
You're right.
Good.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Amending the East Hampton Town Code, Section 102-14, as it relates to updated certificate of occupancy. This is resolved that the Town Board, Town of East Hampton, will hold a public hearing at Town Hall on Thursday, September 21st at 11 a.m. or soon thereafter, as this matter may be heard to consider comments of all persons regarding to the adoption of amendments to Section 102-14, certificates of occupancy, and the full text is included in the resolution.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passed and carried. Resolution 1183 is notice of public hearing 2024 agreement with the Village of Sag Harbor, East Hampton Road Protection District. And that is for a 12-month period, 2024. Sag Harbor Village shall pay on or before February 1st, 2024, sum of $41,784.97 for ambulance protection services during 12-month period of 2024. The village shall also pay on or before February 1st, $25,025.49. And from such funds, the fire department shall be paid directly the total sum of $8,673.97. And the ambulance corps shall be paid directly $2,871.27, again, on or before February 1st, 2024, for the total costs under the contract are $66,810.46. And let's see, the public hearing.
September 7th.
Thank you,
7th.
September 7th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passed and carried. 1184 is appraisal services for 776 at 780 Route 114. And that is for Patricia Parsons for a total of $2,400.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
I'd like to offer Resolution 2023-1185. This is a contract amendment for the Star Island Dock Rehabilitation. We've amended the contract that was for this project. Sorry. We've amended the contract to get the project completed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passed and carried. Resolution 1186 is a budget modification for the airport, whereas the town board, in consultation with town attorney, determined additional fundings needed for outside professional. Therefore, resolved, budget officer, town board directs budget office to make the following budget modification, that is to increase the appropriate unreserved fund balance in the amount of $500,000 and increase the outside professional line in the same amount.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passed and carried. 1187 is to authorize legal action against the owners of 8 Old Montauk Highway, Montauk, New York, Resolve the town hereby authorizes the town attorney to initiate, prosecute, and resolve legal action against the appropriate parties regarding the use of property commonly known as 8 Old Montauk Highway, town of East Hampton.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Pass and carried. Are there any other matters to bring before the board? I'll entertain a motion to go into exec session.
I'd like to make a motion to go into exec session to discuss personnel and leases.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Pass and carried. Shall we go right into exec?
Please.
Sure. 12 o'clock. I'll send a link.
Great.
Thank you so much, everyone. Stay safe and be well.